Welcome back to another episode. Ryan here with Chaos MMA, and today we've on Jack, the Joker, Hermansson. Jack, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, my man. All good. Been in Vegas now for a couple of days, and yeah, starting to climatize. So all good here.
Yeah, how has it been in Vegas? Because don't you have to like kind of adjust to the sleep schedule since it's different where you're at?
Yeah, definitely. So I can really feel the jet lag coming in
Yeah,
when it's getting closer to the evening. So yeah, I'll still have to go through some tough days, but eventually I will be back in my normal routines. So
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, and now before we get to the fights and all that, I gotta ask you. So when did you hear Darren Till was out, and like what was your initial reaction? Because I'm pretty sure you weren't you like kind of in camp for a while now.
Oh yeah, man. I got to hear about it like just a couple of weeks ago,
Wow.
and yeah, I was preparing for several months for Darren, so I really was, tuned in on that kind of fight and on Darren. We trained very specifically for Darren. So yeah, it was a little bit sad that those all that hard work didn't come out to play in a fight against him. But yeah, the new opponent and a few small adjustments, and I think we are back on track.
Like how was that? Because Darren Till and Holland, like they're different styles. So like how was that with the different styles? Did you have to bring in new people for this camp? Like how was that all how did that all change?
It's very different, but it was more like my training partners just started to um, yeah, instead of using Darren Till style, they were just adjusting and trying to do Kevin Holland style. But there is definitely a big difference. I feel like Darren Till, he has a pretty similar approach in all his fights. Looks almost the same, and he has few tools, but he's very sharp with those tools.
Yeah.
So he does about the same all the time, but he's very good at what he does. While Kevin Holland, he's more of an optimistic fighter, and you never know what's gonna come. There is throwing all kinds of stuff. So I felt like my approach went from very specific to a more open-minded game, where I'm just gonna see what comes at me and react to that.
Now, do you know like who else they contacted when Till was out? Like, do you know if they contacted like anyone in the top five, top 10, or do you not
Yeah,
know? Oh, you do.
yeah, I know. I know. I know
Okay.
they contacted people both in the top five and yeah, in the top 15. And yeah, apparently they told me that there was nobody willing to step up. So and that's when Kevin came in.
Yeah, I was shocked because like you're ranked number 4 right now. So I was thinking like when I heard the Till news, I was like, oh, so he'll probably get someone like the top 5, top 10. And I was like, what happened here? Like, do you know like a reason why they didn't accept the fight or no?
No, not really. But I can speculate, and I believe I don't believe that people at my level are scared of other fighters. But I do believe that they might see me as a guy that they want a longer time to prepare for a fight. That they need more than just 3 or 4 weeks to prepare. And I feel like that's one reason. And then maybe they weren't in yeah, they were not in the proper schedule to prepare for a fight right now. Maybe they are planning to fight early next year, and yeah, it didn't fit their schedule.
Yeah,
So I think it's more of those kind of stuff, because everybody up here in the top is fighting the best guys in the world. So I don't think there's like the people are scared or anything like that. It's probably more that they feel like they need more time to prepare.
definitely. And now let's start speaking about the fight. How was training camp overall for this fight, even though you had the mid change?
Yeah, it was good. I feel like we had a great training camp. I feel in amazing shape, and yeah, no big injuries. So I'm happy with the camp for sure.
Did you have any, like, specific people you were training with for this camp, or was it, like, all the same as, like, say, the other camps you had, like, for the Gastelum camp too?
Yeah, it's the same people, the guys from Oslo that I train with all the time. And yeah, it's the same guys that brought me to where I am at today. And I feel like the guys are very, um, they really try their best to study my opponents and to help me out the best they can with the training. Um, so yeah, I believe that we did a good job preparing for this fight.
Yeah, so, like, Kevin Holland's having a big year 2020, and he has a lot of momentum around him right now, but just a few fights ago, you gotta remember, he got submitted, and that works in your favor. So, how do you think you match up stylistically with Kevin Holland?
Yeah, I think I match up perfectly actually. If it gets like, I believe that I can finish him early, but if I can't, I think the odds are still in my favor because I like a high pace fight and a gritty fight. I think there's almost nobody in this division that can. I don't think there is anybody in this division that can outwork me when it comes to uh, yeah, when it comes to just pure grittiness and conditioning. I think I'm in a league of my own there, and definitely that's gonna play to my advantage if it goes to the later rounds. And it's Kevin Holland's first five rounder,
Yeah.
at least in the UFC, that I know of, and it's gonna be a new experience for him. While I've been in there before in the championship rounds, so definitely it works to my advantage.
Yeah, like, for speaking of that, like, how do you think that can affect the outcome of the fight? You know, he's never been in a 5 rounder, you have. Like, you think like that could be a big thing for you? Because say you get to those later rounds, he hasn't been there, so he doesn't know what it feels like get to that later round and have the cardio issue. Maybe how do you think that could help you?
I think it's yeah, I think it's going to be uncomfortable for him, and I think that yeah, I think there's very few people that can hang in with me when it goes to the later rounds, and especially if it's a high pace fight. So yeah, that's to my advantage, and um, I believe it's going to be very unpleasant for Kevin to be in there with me when if it goes to the later rounds.
Yeah, well, official prediction. I gotta hear it. How do you think you win this fight? You think we get another first round finish like your last fight?
Yeah, yeah, I really do. I'm gonna look for the first opportunity that I get to finish the fight. Even though I believe that I have an advantage in a long fight, I'm still always looking for the finish, and hopefully it's gonna be another first rounder. I think that's would be my sixth one in the UFC. So yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I cannot wait for that fight. Gonna be a great fight. But another thing I gotta ask you is, as we know, Israel Adesanya, he's moving up to 205. It seems like in March, which is I don't know. He only has two title defenses right now. I feel like he'd have a few more before he moves up, maybe because you still have the Whitaker rematch, maybe Till. Like, what is your initial thoughts on that of him moving up to 205?
Mm, I guess it's fine as long as he comes down pretty quickly and defends his middleweight belt. And as long as he wins the fight, I don't want him to go up there and lose his hype. I want him to be the baddest, undefeated double champ. When I go up there against him, that's the guy that I want to fight. So I cross my fingers that he will do well and that he will come down soon to middleweight again and defend his belt there. So hopefully he nails that and wins that the next year, and then he will return at the fall or something and defend his middleweight belt.
I came up with this idea. Let me know what you think about it. I thought maybe they could do you versus Whitaker for the interim belt because a win would that make a win now? This would be your ninth win. It's like how many wins do you have to get a title shot? And now you're ranked number 4. and this fight would give a clear number one contender. What would you think of maybe like you or Whitaker interim title shot? What do you think of that?
I would love to fight. I could do a fight with Whitaker, where we did a contender fight, but I'm not very fond of the whole interim
Yeah,
belt
yeah,
thing, because I want that moment when I stand there in the octagon with a belt around my waist. I
yeah,
really want it to be the real belt. I want people to recognize me as the champ.
yeah.
So I want that moment to be a special one. So hopefully it's not a interim belt, but yeah, me against Whitaker and the winner against the title shot, definitely.
Yeah, that would be another great fight. But last few things here, I just wanted to ask you, when Darren Till was out, were you ever thinking like you would wait for him or you were taking a fight no matter what? Because you wanted to get back in there before 2020 ends.
Yeah, my thoughts were spinning up and down in a situation like that. I'm just like, man, I lost this fight, and what are we gonna do now? And then I didn't think that I was gonna wait for him, but I did hope that I would get like another good opponent. And then that didn't happen, and then I was definitely thinking just like, should I do this? Should I take this fight? But then I was just like, man, I want to be the best in the world, and to be the best, I need to beat everybody, including the guys that's lower ranked. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go in and do this, and I want to stay active, and I want to, I want to get out there and show myself for the fans. I don't want to sit at home and so people forget about me.
Yeah.
So I want to get out there, and I've been training so hard, so I want to put that work into good use. Yeah, that's why I accepted the fight, and that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, like now where do you think like a win over Kevin Holland puts you? Like, do you think you'll need like another win after this, or you think they'll give you that title shot when Adesanya soon comes back down to 185?
I'm not sure. The thing is that I really believe that the fans would like it, and I believe that the UFC could build a fight around me and Adesanya because of he already beat Whitaker, right? And
Yeah.
he already beat Paulo Costa. Cannonier is coming from a loss. So if I beat Kevin Holland, I'm ranked number 4. There's nobody above me that's easy didn't fought or that's on a losing streak, and that's basically the fight ranking wise to make. And I am a grappler, and that should excite people because I have a skill set that can give Adesanya a problem, I believe. And I believe if the UFC use that angle to sell the fight, it could get a pretty good hype. But they are the ones that are making the call, so we'll have to wait and see. But if I win in a good fashion over Ken Holland, we are in one step in the right direction.
Yeah, that's why I think with you and Adesanya will be such a great fight because like we've never really seen his ground game. So like, if he
Yeah,
gets to the ground, like like what do you think would happen down there? Like who knows?
yeah, exactly. I think I don't think it will be good for
Yeah.
him.
Well, well, man, last thing here. So one of the things we do with our interviews, we just ask the fighter a random question, and then so for you, what is your favorite cheat meal during a fight, after a fight, or like before a fight when you're not in camp?
Like a like a really good Italian pizza.
Oh yeah,
There's few things that's more tasty than that.
yeah,
So a really nice pizza that's right up there in the top.
yeah, yeah. Well, man, thank you for coming on. It was really great speaking with you. Good luck in your fight, and if you want to thank any sponsors, shout out any social media, the floor is yours.
Boom, everybody! Thank you so much for listening, and make sure that you check out Jack the Joker MMA at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And then you can search on Jack Hermansson on YouTube, and I have my own YouTube channel. I'm gonna put up content from my stay here in Vegas, up leading up to my fight with Kevin Holland. So make sure that you tune in and check it out.
Yeah, man, we can't wait. Thank you for coming on, man. Good luck in your fight.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Have a
Take
good one.
care.